My name is Susan Maloney, and I'm at Hope Lodge, Jacksonville tonight to bring you a Christina Phipps chair yoga class. I hope you enjoy it. We have several props that we can use during our yoga practice. One is which is a yoga strap. If you do not have a yoga strap on hand, there are several things around the house that could be used instead. You could use the tie to a bathrobe. You could use a dog leash. You could use a towel. Anything like that could come in handy if we do happen to need a strap during our yoga practice. The next thing we have are yoga blocks. If you don't have any yoga blocks, a firm, strong book or a couple of paperbacks, books held together like with a rubber band could make a good use of a prop if we need to use a yoga block. The final prop that we have is a yoga blanket. And there are several uses that we could use for a yoga blanket. You'll notice that the chair that I'm sitting in is a sturdy chair. It doesn't have wheels, so that makes it a good chair to practice in. But if when you sit in your chair, you find that maybe your feet don't go all the way to the ground, you can place a blanket or some other item on the ground to place your feet on so that your feet can press firmly into the ground. If your legs are too long for the chair that you're sitting in, conversely, you can place the yoga blanket in the seat of your chair to give your legs a little more space as they reach towards the ground. We can also use our yoga blanket during our Savasana practice at the end. The first pose that we're going to work on today is chair tree pose. So chair tree pose is our resting pose, as well as a pose that we will come into during between other poses. Go ahead, come forward on the chair as far as you're comfortable. I want you to always feel safe and supported in your chair. And I never want you to have the feeling that you're going to fall out of your chair, or worse, even fall out of the chair. So always make sure that your chair is safely supporting you. Go ahead and press your feet into the ground. This will activate the thighs and up into the core, which is the entire muscle area around your trunk. As you're pressing your feet into the ground, think about 3 places on the bottom of your feet. The mound behind your big toe, the mound behind your little toe, mound behind your big toe, the mound behind your little toe, and the center of your heel. As you press these 3 places for both feet into the ground, you'll feel an activation. Lift your shoulders. Think about a straight, tall spine. Lift the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And just stop here and pause and breathe. Start off by breathing naturally. Don't try and change your breath right now. Just notice how you feel. Is there any place in your body that has tension that you might need to pay attention to? Or anything else that you notice about your body today? Go ahead and now take a deep breath through your nose. And if it's comfortable for you, exhale slowly through your mouth. Continue that breathing pattern. Inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your mouth for 4 more counts. You can breathe entirely through your nose if that's more comfortable for you. Once again, this is your practice, and I want you to do anything that you need to do in order to feel safe and supported in your practice. Now that you've had a moment to check in with your body, let's begin some small movements. Go ahead and just turn your head to the left towards your left shoulder. On the inhale, you can come center. Exhale and turn towards the right. Inhale and come center. Inhale, turn towards the left. Inhale and come center. Exhale, turn towards the right. Center. Center. One more turn to the right. And come center. Take your chin down towards your collarbone. Slowly look up. And now we're going to direct our gaze towards the roof line where the wall and the ceiling come together. There'll just be a slight upward tilt of your head. I don't want you to take your neck any further back. It's just a slight incline. We're protecting the veins, the blood vessels on the back of our skull. From center, take your head towards your chest. Come up. Raise your gaze towards the line where the ceiling and the wall come together. Head towards your chest. Up one more time. And come center. Now take your left ear towards your left shoulder. If you'd like to extend the stretch, extend your right arm out towards the side so that you're feeling the stretch from your neck down into your shoulder, flexing your fingertips towards the floor. You might even feel stretch all the way through your fingertips. If you like, create a fist and bring your wrist in towards your hand, your fist in towards your wrist. You can leave it there or move your wrist slowly. Flex to extend it. Flex to extend it. Return your arm to your lap. Now we'll take our right shoulder, our right ear towards our right shoulder. Extend your left arm. You can just stretch your fingertips towards the ceiling, towards the floor, if that's comfortable for you. Or if you'd like a deeper stretch in your fingertips, close your hand into a fist, and you can continue the stretch here, or flex your wrist, flex and straighten your wrist. And come back center. Take your hands towards your shoulders and we'll draw circles. The size of the circles you draw is totally dependent on you. You could draw large circles, or you could draw smaller circles. But we want to bring movement to our shoulders. And while we're doing this, open your chest, round your chest forward, and as you're doing this movement, notice the shoulder blades. You'll feel them moving from side to side, out and back, out and back. In reverse direction. Once again, the size of your circles can be any size that you like, large or small. Concentrating on how your shoulder blades, as they come apart and then come together. Now we're going to bring in a challenge for our mind. Raise one arm up, and the other one down, and now swim like you're doing the breaststroke. So our arms are going in opposite directions, but we're still continuing to draw circles. And now you'll notice the movement is not only in your shoulder blades, but also in your spine. Make sure this feels comfortable for you. Come back center, and then we'll reverse direction. And when that feels complete, go ahead, come back into your seated tree pose. You can press your hands into your thighs, pressing your feet into the ground, activating those 3 spots on the bottom of your feet, feeling a strong activation in your legs, and remembering to lift up tall through the spine so that you've got a tall, straight spine, broad shoulders, head reaching towards the ceiling. Next thing we're going to do, take your hands towards your side and just raise your arms up and down, up and down. So now we're going to bring some movement to this. You'll notice that my thumbs are facing out to the side. Go ahead and turn your thumbs forward so they're facing forward, and then open your hands out to the side. If it's comfortable, you can continue the extension of your hands. So now your thumbs are pointing backwards. Come forward and continue with this internal and external rotation of your arms. And if it's comfortable, you can go ahead and begin raising your arms slowly, keeping that internal and external rotation. You can bring your arms to shoulder height and continue that rotation of your arms. If it's comfortable, you can go ahead and continue raising your arms above shoulder height, continuing that internal and external rotation, and then slowly from wherever you made it to the highest point of your arm raise, go ahead and begin lowering your arms down, back towards the lowered position. You can place one hand on the side of your chair and place your opposite hand on your opposite thigh, and we're going to twist. I'm twisting towards my right side, and I don't want you to use your hands to actually help press you into the twist. I just want you to use the strength of your shoulders and your trunk. Go ahead and release that and come center. Now go to the opposite side. Once again, just using the strength in your shoulders and your trunk to turn towards the left. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. Come center. We'll go back to the right side. You can just place your hands where it's comfortable. Since this is the second time we've done the twist, you might find that there's a little more movement. That's fine. If you don't, just go ahead and twist as far as what you can comfortably take your shoulders around. Deep breath and exhale. Release that. Go to your left side. Deep breath for the next count. Come center. Go to the right one more time. Remember, we aren't using any strength in our arms. We're just placing our hands in our arms where it's comfortable. And if it's comfortable, you can go ahead and direct your gaze over your right shoulder. Otherwise, just come as far as where your body takes the twist. Release that. And go to the left side one more time. This is our third twist in this direction. So if your gaze will go over your left shoulder, that's fine. But if it doesn't, that's fine too. We're just recognizing where our body is today and what it can do today. Because this is your practice. Come center. Place your right arm down, pointing fingers towards the floor. Lift your left arm, and we're going to do a side bend. So this is just a simple stretch. Feeling the stretch here on your side body. And we can go ahead and move with our breath. And if this just stretch, just stretching from side to side, it's what's comfortable for you. You can do that. Move with your breath. You can direct your gaze wherever it's comfortable. You can look down to the ground. If it's comfortable, you can bring a little more flexion into your twist, to your side bend. Notice that I'm bringing my left shoulder forward. Go to the right side. When that feels complete, come back center. Go ahead and roll your shoulders back and down. I hope your shoulders feel a little more relaxed now that we've worked on the muscles here, our neck, shoulders, and upper back. Go ahead and release any other tension that we might have. Lift your arms. Let out a deep breath. Drop your hands towards the floor. Place your right hand on your chest, your left hand on top of it, and just pause here, taking a moment to take in a few deep breaths. Move your hands to your belly. And see if you can take a deep inhale that causes your hands to rise up as you inhale. And then exhale slowly. Feeling your hands come in closer to your body as the air expands, as the air is expelled from your body. Inhale, breathe in, feel your hands rise. Exhale. Empty your lungs. Do that 2 more times if that's comfortable for you. Now we're going to move to our lower body. Go ahead and wrap your fingers, interlace your fingers, bringing the 2 hands together like such underneath your right leg. Lift your leg up, and using the strength in your arms, your leg is totally relaxed. Draw circles with your right hip. So we're thinking about using the ball and socket joint that is in our hip. We're just finding the range of motion in that joint. But we aren't actually asking the leg to do anything right now. Go ahead and reverse direction. And then lower your leg. And without placing your foot on the ground, go ahead and flex your knee. So we're moving our knee, lifting up our lower leg, lowering it back down. Activating the fluid that is in your knee. If you have any problems with your knee, just go ahead and move whatever degree of motion that you have. Don't worry if it's only a few degrees. Any movement is good movement. And then our knees work so hard for us all day, and they hardly ever get any love and care. So we want to go ahead and show our knees how much we appreciate them by giving it a nice massage. Use both your hands to rub your thigh, rub around your knee. Make sure you don't move around your patella or your kneecap. We're just going around the patella and rub in both directions. Knee, hands, comfortable. Do small pinches around the outside of your patella. Just waking up the blood flow that is around our knee. Take your large movement from your thigh down to your shin. Don't forget the back of your leg. Now you probably brought a little bit of warmth to your leg and your knee. Go ahead and lift your leg back up again by interlacing your fingers underneath your knee. Now we're going to point and flex our foot. So point and flex, point and flex. Bringing movement to the ankle. And our ankle also moves to left and right, but we don't often move our foot in that direction, so it might take some concentration to think about moving your foot that way. But go ahead and see what kind of movement you can bring to your ankle, and then draw circles. This full range of motion movement of the ankle might feel strange. You might hear some cracking. That's okay, as long as you don't feel pain. Go ahead and release your foot down. And now we'll go to the other leg. Once again, interlace your fingers underneath your left knee. And we'll start by rotating the ball and socket joint in our hip. And then reverse that direction. And then begin moving your knee. Just move it back and forth. The knee really does only move in one direction, so we just want to make sure that we just flex and bend the knee just to move the fluids in the knee. Now let's show this knee the same love and affection that we showed our other knee. You can begin by rubbing your thigh around your knee, rub down to your shin. Don't forget the back of your leg. And then bring the attention directly to your knee, rubbing around the patella but not moving the patella. Comfortable for you in the clothes that you're wearing. And pinch around the patella to help activate the blood flow. Few more rubs just generate the warmth here in our leg to show our knee appreciation. And then lift your foot up, lift your leg, and we'll point and flex the ankle. And then think about moving your ankle from side to side. And draw circles. This direction. And then you can place your foot back down on the ground. Make sure you're as far forward on your chair as what's comfortable. And slowly heel-toe your feet out so that your knees and your toes are pointing the same direction. Sit up straight in your chair. We're going to lift our hands up into goddess arms. Bring your arms together. So elbows touching, hands touching, if that's comfortable for you. Bringing our arms together. This is cactus pose that we're practicing here. Bringing in a stretch. It's working our arms and our shoulders, our upper back. If you like, you can go ahead and take your blocks. And you can bring the blocks together. You can use books for this. If it's not comfortable, to bring your arms together the way we did on the first pose. This is still working on strengthening muscles in our shoulders, and our upper arms, and our back. Return the blocks to the ground. You have your strap or your substitute for a strap. The belt to a bathrobe, a dog leash, a towel. You can go ahead and wrap the towel, wrap the strap around the sole of your foot, and extend your foot out to the side, and place both ends of the strap and one end of the leg. Take it out to the side for as far as what's comfortable. This is working on strengthening our outside leg muscles. Come back center. Place your foot down. And then we'll change feet. Go to the opposite leg. Extend your leg for however it's comfortable. If it is comfortable to extend your leg completely, make sure you don't totally lock out your leg. I always want a slight bend in your knee because we don't want to lock out the leg. And then lower for arc raise. Your leg out to the left side for the left leg. Back center. Set your strap aside. If you don't have a strap, a way that we can work on the muscles on both the inside and outside of our thighs, just using the equipment that we have on hand, our chair, our arms, and our legs. Take your hands and press them into your outside of your thighs. So press your thighs into your hands into your thighs. So like they're both trying to press each other away, but neither one of them is going to win. And this is working on the inside muscles on our legs. Then we can do the exact same thing. Just move your hands to the inside of your legs, pressing your hands out, your legs towards each other. Now we're working on strengthening the outside of our legs. You can hold that. Think about breathing while we're doing this. Release that. And then move to the outside of your leg. Hands pressing in, legs pressing out. You'll feel this also in your upper body too, by the amount of strength that you're pressing into your hands. So this is almost a full body workout. Think about pressing your feet into the ground. And we just about have an entire full body workout in this one pose. Release that. Bring your hands to the inside. Activate the muscles, your legs. Pressing your hands out, your legs in, your feet down. Lift your chest up. Another just about full body activation. Go ahead and release that. Shake out your hands. Shake out your feet. And the next thing that we're going to do is start working on a balancing pose. But before we get there, I want you to think about what it is, the muscles, and how we use them every day to help us get out, do something as simple as get out of a chair. So we're going to think about getting out of our chair. Lean forward like we're getting ready to get out of the chair. Just start to notice. You probably feel the activation of the muscles in your thighs. But don't get up. Go ahead and sit back in the chair. Now we're going to do that one more time without actually getting up yet. Go ahead and notice what the muscles are starting to activate as you start to get out of the chair, and use whatever mode means you need to get out of the chair. If you need to use the arms of the chair, if you need to use the seat of the chair, feel free, go ahead. You don't have to just get out of the chair just by pressing your hands into the thighs. Whatever you need to do to get out of the chair. This time, go ahead, stand up, and notice as you feel your body support go from the front of your body to the back of your body as you rise up out of the chair. Go ahead and come behind your chair. My head's a little cut off here. But I wanted to make sure that I was close enough for most of the picture that you could see me. And using the chair in front of you for whatever support you need, we're going to work on balance. So I'm going to come to the front of my chair and then my head will be cut off. But you want to pay attention to the lower part of my body. But you go ahead and stay behind the chair. Use whatever part of the chair you need for support. So that could be your hands on the chair, hands resting on the chair. Just a couple of fingers resting on the chair, one finger resting on the chair. I want you to always feel safe and supported while we're doing these poses. So come. Go ahead and take a grounding pose, thinking about the same 3 points in your feet, pressing down into the ground. The ball behind your big toe, the ball behind your little toe, in the center of your heel. Get grounded, nice and strong in your left leg. So the weight of your body is in your left leg. And then just bend your right leg, slowly shifting the weight off your right leg. And then take your foot off the ground. As soon as your toe has cleared the ground, you're in a balancing pose. Then we can use tools that we have at our disposal to help us balance. Notice my hands are flexed, strong, pointing towards the ground to help with my balance. Go ahead and release that. Shake out your legs. Now we'll come to the other side. Get strong in your right leg, pressing those 3 points down into the ground. Slowly begin to bring the weight off your left leg and then lift your left toes off the ground. As soon as your left toes have left the ground, you're in the balancing pose. You can just leave your leg here. You can turn it out to the side. You don't need much to be in a balancing pose. We're using our arms, or if you're still standing behind the chair, you can use the chair for support. Go ahead and release that and come out of the pose. Then you go ahead and remain standing. I want to show you my eyes. Our eyes are another way that we can use to help ground ourselves when we're balancing. Go ahead and come back to your first side. Get strong in your left leg. Go ahead and lift the toes of your right leg up off the ground. And then direct your gaze towards a fixed place that isn't going to move. So along with using your arms, and they can move, whatever you want to do to help keep your balance. Your gaze directed at one point on the ground that's not moving. So that would not be looking at me right now. And then the last thing that you can do to help with your balance is don't fight the wobble. Go ahead and release out of that. Shake out your legs. And we'll talk about the wobble as we move to the other side. Get strong in your right leg, pressing down into the ground. Come to the toes of your left foot. Take your arm position wherever you're comfortable. Take your left leg off the ground. And as you do that, with your gaze directed to some place that's not going to move, you might begin to feel a little bit of wobble in your leg. Don't fight that. By working with the wobble, it'll help you maintain your balance and come out of the pose. Shake out your legs, shake out your arms. Let's come back to our seat. You have done an excellent practice today. I hope that you feel a little more relaxed than when we started. And to end this practice, we're going to go ahead and have a full body scan. Go ahead and press back into your chair. Sit all the way back in your chair. Your back pressing into the chair. If you like, and you have a blanket or other cover to your body, you can place that in your lap. If it would feel comfortable to be covered up and be warm. Another thing that you can do is if you have a blanket, I'm going to open this all the way completely and then fold it down the long edge. So now fold it twice down the long edge. So now it's more narrow. If you like, place that around your neck for support. So you're kind of wearing it like a scarf. And then you can sit back and that'll support your head, your neck while we're doing this, if that would be comfortable for you. It's a lot less work to sit up with the support wrapped around you like this. Or just take your blanket, wrap it around you wherever it's comfortable in your home. Go ahead and sit back at your chair. Hands resting in your lap if that's comfortable, or beside you, wherever it's most comfortable. And then bring movement to your feet, your legs, your ankles. Once you've gotten that movement out, rest your feet on the ground. They're just resting lightly now. We're not pressing into the ground like we had in the rest of our practice. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, or just direct your gaze downward. And starting with your feet,
Exercise room closed.
Go ahead and come up to your ankles, your shins, tensing those muscles, your knees, and your thighs, and then relax those muscles. Let go of those muscles. Maybe wiggle a little deeper in your chair. Press your hips into the back of your chair. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Down the back of your chair. Now bring movement to your hands, your fingers, your wrists, your arms. And then slowly settle your arms in your lap. Relax your fingers. Relax your arms. Relax your shoulders. A deep breath. Relax your jaw. Relax your brow. You'll have a few moments of quiet meditation. Think of your mind, nothing but a clear blue summer sky. Any thoughts that come across it are clouds in your summer sky. When you see those clouds come your way, just tell that cloud, yes, I see you, and release it, and let it keep sailing across your clear blue summer sky that is your mind. Your brain's job is to bring you thoughts. But for these few minutes, I want to give your brain a rest. If it does bring you any thought, just say, I see you, And let that thought go off in the clear blue summer sky. Just pay attention to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Don't try to change it. Just normal breath. If you like, you can keep up your breathing exercise for a few more moments. Slowly come back to the space. Your movement to your fingers, your toes, your wrists, and your ankle. Slowly begin to open your eyes. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. Thank you for practicing with me today.